think about it. I just got fired.
I just got
I know you
terminated.
can relate to it. You can relate to it, you know. I never had that situation before, but listen to me. When they take security and they just come out of a building that you've been working in.
Wow, wait, Daddy, while you on the shift? I didn't finish my shift. I got fired mid-shift.
That's even worse, though. Listen, I'm at work and they take me from my desk and throw me out the building. Give me a break, yeah? Give me a break. I like how I can't hold the supervisor. They
don't even use the word fire. They say terminated because that's more dramatic.
Yeah.
You've been terminated. What's poppin', party people? Welcome back. It's your girl D. And if you're new, welcome. Now go subscribe because you're gonna love it here, and I don't know why you haven't already. You know, I've never done a story time formally on my channel. If you know me personally, I can tell a story. All right, I'm really good at reenacting stories. I swear certain things only happen around me, to me, with me, for me. Like it just only happens and I bear witness. My friends, my family like, yo, you are mad funny. Like what? Like you're lying. I'm like, no, I'm dead ass. Like this is my life. Given this being the most craziest current event, I wanted to share. I feel like this is something that needs to be told. My hat is crooked, but whatever. Not really, the words are crooked. But I feel like it was $5. I feel like this needs to be told. This story needs to be told to the world because if you weren't there, you wouldn't understand. You wouldn't believe me. I couldn't believe it. Let's get straight to it. The title is self-explanatory. I was terminated and I was escorted out by security. Like that's really my life now. Like this is what's happening now. Like my second half of my 20s is just getting more and more outrageous. I'm just going through epiphanies every day. I'm being tested in every way. And you know what, at God? I ain't mad. I guess this is just character development. Let's get to the story. Boom. We are in the last week, the second to last week of May currently, right? If you're new to this channel, I wanted to let you know that I am self-employed, okay? We get money how we get money. You know, money flows to and through us. We're forever abundant on this side. So don't worry about my job. I got plenty. But in the effort of pursuing my career and my passions and getting my ducks in a row, I quit my job of 5 years on my birthday last year, August 2020. I will, give access to that. You feel me? Up here. You have access up here. Check that out. It was a dream come true. I'm proud of myself. But things happen, moves to be made, debts to be cleared. Shout out to At God, because your girl she's free of thy debt. Can I get a hallelujah? And sacrifices to be made. So boom, I go and I apply to somewhere that I cannot say for reasons that I've written off to, and I already had a goal that I'm going to be here for a month. A month was approaching. It was April the 14th/15th that I began, so May the 14th/15th is when I'm going to be resigning. Okay, because your girl resigns, she does not get fired. Or so I thought. So now boom, all right? So now we at the workplace. It was only a 3-day job. It was overnight, hella work, hella hours, but mama ain't raised no quitter, so it was what it was. I already knew what I signed up for, but I didn't know that I would hate it so soon. I mean, yes, I did. I'm a boss. I don't work for anybody else, so I already knew I would hate it. But anyway, so getting straight to the point, I said to myself, look, if you wait one more week, which would technically be this weekend, date and time don't matter, but the weekend that I'm in actually now recording this video, I would absolutely not have to worry about anything else in terms of my goal. But I already knew, like, if I left the previous weekend, which was last weekend, I will also be okay. I know that an extra week, an extra check would be helpful. But again, money flows to and through me. We good on this side. It is what it is, whatever. I had my little self-pep talk, and I'm like, what you gonna do? You gonna be about it? You gonna do this extra week? Or is we gonna be out of here? So I work Thursday, Friday, and Saturday overnight, right? Thursday, I also, I'm a caregiver at home, currently with my mom, taking care of my grandmother. I love them both to death, but it's exhausting. So for lack of better words, your girl was tired. I was going to work on Thursday. Longest night, longest day, longest year of my life. I'm like, if I wake up for my next shift and I'm over it, I'ma just resign. This place, revolving door. The way I operate just naturally coming from professional, like just being a professional, and also I over communicate sometimes because I feel guilty of like having a lapse in communication and all this stuff that I'm working on, okay? She's working on it. I was like, you know what? I should, give it 2 weeks notice. It'd be more appropriate. But again, revolving door, it is what it was. And I already told myself last night, if I gotta go, I gotta go. I woke up and honestly, I was 30 minutes before I had to like get out the house. So I'm already like getting up over it. Like, I don't have much time to really take my shower, play my tunes, get my spirits up to get through this shift. Attitude out the window. I'm like, you know what? That's it. And it was hot outside. Sun was shining. The sun, it motivates me. It generates me. It gets me going. So the fact that I had to go to work when it was sunny, it felt a little racist, and I don't like that. So I was like, you know what? No, we're not doing this. We're gonna resign. So I take out my phone, crust in my eye. My breath didn't stink because I ain't really get no sleep. Like, I was exhausted. I took a little cat nap. I took my phone out. I resigned or whatever. And like I screenshot everything with this job because it was temporary, but you gotta make sure all your steps are covered. No. I'm the girl that documents everything. I screenshot everything. I write everything down. I just need to make note that I handle my BI. So when I resigned, I screenshotted it. And I was like, cool. I put the date as May the 14th, right? I told y'all already, a month to the date. My spirit, me and God already discussed a month, but I was trying my hardest to give it another week because I felt like another week will be helpful for myself, for the company. Maybe, I didn't really care, but kind of, sort of, whatever. But really for myself, I knew it would take a little bit off my back, just putting in that extra week. But I also knew it would take so much more out of me to put in that week, and I wasn't gonna do it. I wasn't. I'm sorry. Anyway, I resigned and took a screenshot, May 14th. It said your resignation has been successfully submitted, right? Is that what it said? Because I got screenshots. I can't upload them because whatever. But it said, resignation submitted. Successfully submitted your resignation request. Now, I don't care about requests because, again, there was a note that was already told, made, what they say, what's the word? They already communicated you could go when you feel like it. So requests gonna be approved regardless. Moves already made. It's made already. It's just made. It's made. So boom, I'm like, I bet. So I get up now. Now my spirit's actually lifted. I'm like, you know what? You gotta just get through this night, go through the shift, and you're never coming back. I get up, I shower, I get dressed. I still had more personal time left, so I put that in. I'm like, I'm gonna be about an hour and a half late because I'm about to take my little sweet old time. I'm taking a long way to work today. I'm sitting outside with the birds and the bees and the grass and my allergies, and we're gonna be sniffling up this, sniffling and sneezing until I gotta get on the bus. So anyway, your girl finally gets to work, right? I still had about a half an hour left because I clocked in. So I got some food. I'm on the phone. Not my boo. I'm about to lie. It wasn't even my boo. I'm on the phone with the big homie. We chopping it up about life. It was just a really good conversation. Like, keep your friends around you that have really good conversation about evolving and bettering yourself, and that actually motivates you to do the right thing. Because it was a good conversation. You know, it was helpful given, you know, my events. Anyway, so we get 3 breaks through the night. First break is a little short one. Second break is a little extended, still nothing. And third break, another short one, right? Because we work extremely long hours. First break comes not long after I clocked in. So I'm on that break, whatever. Back to work. And then my little extended break, I actually did go outside. I called my mom, I called my sister. I was just talking to them, letting them know, like updating on like the night or whatever. I didn't tell anyone I was resigning yet, aside from my coworkers that I became acquainted with over the past couple of weeks because we would talk. So I'm like, yeah, I'm leaving tonight or whatever. So I'll see y'all when I see y'all. Exchange numbers or whatever the case may be. Cool. I'm already like in my mind. Is that dirt? Dust? Lint? Like, what is that? Anyway, I'm already in my mind like, all right, so I'm gonna go home, I'm gonna rest after all of this. I'm not coming back tomorrow because again, I work 3 nights. This is night 2 that I'm resigning. So I'm gonna just rest tomorrow and then, you know, I don't know, but I'm gonna just rest, get myself together, and then start anew next week. Next week has now come and I'm still exhausted, but whatever. So anyway, let's get down to the tea. I gave you the backstory. Here's the real tea. I'm at work and I'm busting my ass for this little bit of money or whatever because I gotta make ends meet. I gotta do what I gotta do. A lot of things that day was happening. I was getting emails about certain opportunities within the job, and 2 of the managers or shift lead came and like was talking to me and trying to figure out like, you know, like what my next moves and steps were within the company. And I'm like, there's always a time when you're being tested with stuff, even when you don't know you're being tested. Because given the fact that I knew but they didn't know I was resigning, was a little bit like, who told you? But I also felt like it was a moment too where I could have been like, yeah, like maybe I should stay. Oh, excuse me. I'm so gassy. Maybe I should stay and like give it a chance. They're talking to me about making like different opportunities happen. Maybe. No. It was a test and I passed-ish. Because now time goes by, it's time for that third little breaky break, right? Keep in mind, I rarely go outside for my breaks. People would normally nap or whatever, lollygag, you know, dilly-dally, whatever. Me, I'll hang out with my associates, or like I'll be alone, just chilling by myself, which I normally usually do, or, you know, whatever. I decided I was gonna hang out with one of my coworkers outside. So I get downstairs and I, you know, do my little normal walkie. I always bring my belongings with me on break. So I had my jean jacket, I had my bag, I had everything to go outside or whatever. So to leave and enter the building, you have to use your ID card. So I'm like, okay. So I get my ID card and I go, and when it's like, it's not even going like, it's going X. So I'm like, maybe because I had it next to my phone, maybe it's like the electronic to the electronic car. I don't know what, you know, like you can't sometimes put electronics or technology. What? You can't put stuff next to cars sometimes. So I'm like thinking that's why it's not working. So I'm like, let me rub it. Let me just, I'm like, a toot-toot, and it's like, So I'm like, this ain't what I think it is, right? So I go to the front desk. I'm like, hey, I work here. I'm trying to leave. The whole month it's been gravy. What's happening? So he like, let me see your card. That felt like a setup, but I couldn't tell him no because he had to check out what was happening. I give the man the card, and the man's like, so it says here you've been terminated. I'm gonna have to keep your badge, and I'm gonna need you to follow security and be escorted out. Excuse me? I'm like, excuse me? Because, you know, with COVID, everything's glass and mask. And I couldn't hear. So I pulled out my mask and I'm like, excuse me? Because I could hear, but my mask is down. So I'm like, excuse me? What'd you say? It says here you've been terminated. I'm going to have to keep your badge. And I'm going to have security escort you out the building. Who terminated? Who fired me? Who fired me? It is like 3 a.m. Who fired me? I've been here all day. Like, what are you talking about? Give me my badge back. You can't just take my badge. So I'm stuck. I'm like, because I hate being embarrassed. Honestly and truly, I don't know if it's a me trait. I don't know if you're a Leo watching. I mix a sun sign thing. Sun sign Leos, or Leos, what? If you're a Leo sun, it's like we hate embarrassment. And it be the littlest shit that should not be embarrassing that's so embarrassing to us. Like, we could sit there and like play all day, joke all day, be the butt of every joke that we find funny, but when it's not funny, it's mad embarrassing. So like, under normal like day-to-day things that people would think would be so embarrassing, I'm like, I don't care. But this, first of all, mind you, mask was down, so I'm like, excuse me, I can't hear you. Like, the mask, like, I think I heard wrong. He turns his little speaker up so it gets loud, so I'm like, yo, people can hear. I'm mad embarrassed. And then they got the biggest security guard to come over, and she's like, follow me. And I'm like, where we going? Like, he got my badge. So he has the badge. He's like, yeah, she was terminated. I'm like, oh, stop saying that. I was not terminated. He like, yeah, she was terminated. So she got to leave the building. I'm like, I just told you I resigned. Like, oh, wait. After I went to the window, I don't think I said it. I was like, my badge is not working or whatever. After he gave me the whole rundown or whatever, we had like a little brief. I'm like, wait, no. I was not terminated. I resigned. The date was May 14th. Maybe like literally after midnight is May 15th. So now I guess if I was to leave the building, they would assume that that means I'm not coming back. But I am. It's only break. I'm coming right back. But being that I already gave him my badge and had that exchange, he's not allowed to give my badge back. So he says, I'm like, bro, but you see, I'm still on shift. Like, I can't. What? How I got fired mid-shift? Like, and I didn't even want to be there. That's not embarrassing. How you get fired and you was resigning? How they beat you to the... So, you know, sis come and she like, follow me. And she takes my badge or whatever. And I'm like, yo, what you mean follow you? Where we going? So she like...
So look, since you've been terminated, you can't come back in the building. I'm going to call HR.
Who left at 2:30. I think somebody in HR purposefully pressed the button. Why did this? Press the button just to get out the building fast. Probably had mad resignations and terminations to deal with, and they didn't want to deal with it. So he just was like, listen, terminate. I'll fix law tomorrow. So she's like, I'll call HR. I'm looking at her like, you know good and well they closed right now. Nobody over there. I can literally see the desk. How you gonna call them? You mean the actual phone number? They close at 2:32. They sign out, even from home, they sign out. What do you mean you're gonna call them? So I'm literally dumbfounded. And when I'm like confused, I just be sitting there like. So it's registering in my head like over and over. I'm just like, they really fired me when I resigned. Like they knew what they was doing. And they got the biggest security guard, so I can't come back in because I'm 5'2", 125. I can't take her on. I can't bump past her. I can't do nothing. I gotta just leave. So I'm just like, y'all knew what y'all was doing. Y'all knew that I couldn't come back in here. So, and sir, you just saw me. Why would you say I was terminated? Stop reading your screen. I just told you I'm on a shift. I'm going on my break. I only got 20 minutes. And this took 20 minutes. Between like that little 5-second exchange, her calling HR, she came back and was like, yeah, you're terminated. I'm like, I know that. He just said that. You've been gone. You never came back. So like, I don't know what I literally saw her too. She walked to the side, called somebody, and was just like, came back and was like, yeah, you're terminated. She came back, asked my manager information. I only been there for like 3 weeks. I don't know these people. I know of their first names, kind of, sort of. But she's like, what's their name? How they look, height, age, sex, location. What's their favorite food? You know, missionary, doggy style. I don't know their life. I don't know why you're asking these questions. Your only concern should be you staying or not. Like, she wants me to go get my manager, see if they could vouch. She don't work in conjunction with the guy at the front desk. She's just security and he's just front desk. He keeps coming back and telling me that if you resign, you will have to bring your key to me at the end of your shift and then biggity bounce. I said, I know that. I wasn't leaving forever. I was going to get air. Like, I've been trapped in this building for mad long. I just want some air. And he's just like, yeah, but I understand what the regular procedure is. You keep repeating yourself. I'm not just letting back in. Can't do that against company policy. If you were terminated for any reason, it's against the policy that you build. I'm like, yo, F your policy. What am I going to do? I didn't even go nowhere. Had I went outside, got the strap and came back, that's different. I didn't even go anywhere. I didn't even leave. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Like, can I just go back? No. So security's like legit blocking she's blocking me. Like her chest got, I'm like, yo, I'm not even gonna do anything. And he just keeps saying,
yeah, you're terminated. Security gotta take you outside. You just gotta leave because you can't come back in the building.
And I'm just like, she went to get my manager, so can we figure out what's gonna happen? She came back. Manager come down like 10 minutes after her. So they're just trying to reconvene and keep repeating the same things. I'm still just giving because he lost me at you've been terminated. Security gonna have to escort you out the building. I'm still stuck 30 minutes behind. Like, I'm still back here. I haven't fast forwarded. I'm paused. After that, it was just back to, we can't let you in the building. That's just it. Your night's done. And I'm like, you know what? This only happens to me. Like, I will be the, oh, wait. I was saying that. The guy at the front was like,
I've never seen this before. I've been here 2 years. I've never seen someone get terminated mid-shift.
You're lying. You're lying. You're lying. But I guess he meant, like, I never see somebody resign and it's shown as terminated or termination. Like, normally that would happen or whatever, but it's never happened mid-shift. I'm like, well, I guess people don't normally go outside when they're gonna quit. Like, they wait till they actually leave. But your girl needs air. I feel suffocated. I feel like the walls are closing in. The nights are getting longer. High key, I wanted to leave already. So it was kind of like, listen, this is the closest thing you're getting to being out of here. You only have 3 more hours left, but just get a little bit of air. But don't say you've never seen this before, because now you're lying. You're making it seem like I'm just like the unicorn. I'm just the chosen one. I am, but not in terms of termination. Like what? So anyway, He never seen it before. I'm like, yeah, my life is lit. She come down. She was like,
Oh my God, what a worst last night. Oh my God, like the worst last night ever, right?
mind you, backstory quickly. I didn't care for her. I don't gotta explain why, but it's just those kind of managers that micromanage and just do the most managing, like they're trying to be manager of the year, and we're all here to do a local job. I don't want to do nothing more, nothing less. Leave me alone. So it was like that kind of thing. And like we're working stupid hours, long hours, late hours. Relax. Like can we just have a little bit of like relaxation? It will go way smoother. That's why I can't work with people, because like I just can't work under these conditions. We rarely exchanged words besides like when she tried to be a manager, and I'm like, right one, wrong, bitch. Leave me alone. Okay? I don't care. So she's like,
what a worst last night, right?
and I'm like, yeah. So I don't forget anything. So I'm still like guarded. I don't care for you. Leave me alone. But she's like,
Like, we're gonna work on this. I don't know what happened. And, I spoke to the other person. She let me know X, Y, and Z.
because I spoke to somebody else earlier that day that was trying to like just figure out like what can be done. I'm like, nothing, I'm leaving tonight. So she was like,
Had I known, weeks ago, we probably could have just made this smoother for you.
I'm like, I don't think so. It was just, it's not my kind of thing. It was just, the moment was that it did what it was supposed to do. It did not give what it's supposed to give, but it did that. It did whatever. And time is up, so it's cool. Like, I'm good. She was like,
I'm gonna call so-and-so and figure so-and-so out.
I'm like, sis, all right, cool. I know when I left, she forgot my name. She forgot what happened. She probably went upstairs to go laugh about it, and that was probably it. But I was just really shocked that I got terminated at 3:30 a.m. and I had 3 hours to go. And the buses don't work until 4:30 a.m. So what did I have to do? I had to wait an hour to get on the bus. After all this chaos, after being thrown out of the building from security, I now had to wait. I now had to wait an hour. Embarrassing. But it was nice outside, so I didn't really mind. It was what it was, but it was stressful. Like, it's thinking about it, it's like traumatizing. Like the trauma, like it's like trauma on trauma on trauma. And my black ass can't take no more trauma. I don't understand why I keep going through things that I did not sign up for. Because I did not sign up for being terminated. Okay? I didn't get fired. I got terminated on when I was resigning. Like, how you get fired on your day off, Craig? You might as well call me Craig. Because how I get fired when I was doing the firing of myself? I voluntarily fired myself, but I got fired firing myself. My life is lit. But you know what, we here now. Again, I can't tell you where that was, but if you use the contact clues and get familiar with the place, you can put 2 and 2 and get 4. All right? But that was my story. That was my first story time. I don't know if I can or will make more. I feel like, do I want to tell my trauma? Would I like to share my trauma? Yes. So I will probably make some more. If you like this video, like it. If you made it this far, you might as well. If you got fired on your day off, you can share that with me. You can share that below. Put it in the comments. Don't text me about it. I don't want to hear it. I'm tired of making videos and people text me their comments. Like, I'm gonna change my number. Because I know y'all watching my videos and y'all just decide you want to text me. Like, good video. That was funny. Or DM me like, that happened to me too. Put it in the comments. The algorithm on YouTube needs to change. We need to see more black content creators like myself that put in the work to edit for you to enjoy. So put in the comments, Like this video. Don't dislike because that's rude. And subscribe if you already have not. If you have subscribed, I don't know if it actually works still, but hit that little bell thing. It's not notifying my subscribers. And why am I making videos and just getting like 5 views? That's a little tacky. It's a little tacky. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I love you for watching. And I'm going to see you in my next mother-loving video.